Assalamualaikum and good morning to our lecturer, Sir Idusfar. My name is Atira Afika binti Azilan. My metric number is 066089. Today, our group will present about hibah as Sharia principle. Without wasting any time, I will proceed first with definition of hibah. What is hibah? Literally, hibah is passing or blowing. Technically, hibah is a voluntary contract that results in uncompensate ownership transfer between living individuals. More specifically, hibah is a contract of granting the physical form of own property from one party to another party without reprisal during the person's lifetime on a voluntary basis, not expecting a reward in the hereafter, and honoring a person with the pronouncement of ijab and qabul or the like. Hibah is a sanctioned act in Islam. It is even encouraged to give the one's family members and close relation with the purpose of nurturing one's silaturahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, and give wealth in spite of love for it to relative, orphan, the needy, the traveller, those who ask for help, and for free and slaves. Al-Baqarah verse 177.
Hi, my name is Siti Nurwaida binti Norman and my ID number is 065700. Today I'm going to present about the characteristics of hibah. Hibah is an akad of granting property ownership to a specific party. And the second is the property that can be given as hibah is a physical property and not debt or benefits or interest. Hibah also is a contract is made without imposing any reprisal or iwat. And the fourth is hibah contract is in effect during the lifetime of the hibah provider. Other than that, hibah's characteristics also met voluntarily without coercion. And the last one is the contract is made with no intention to receive reward or honor a particular person.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Asilah binti Lokman and my metric numbers is 066784. Today I will talk about pillars of hibah. There are 4 pillars of hibah that you need to have. Firstly, hibah provider, wahib, hibah recipient, mawhub lahu, goods or property, mawhub, and lastly is contract and grant, ijab and qabul between hibah provider and hibah recipient.
Hi, my name is Nur Fatina Dia binti Ahmad Suhairi with a metric number of 067860, and today I'll be presenting regarding the condition of hibah. Let's go!
Condition of hibah can be divided into 3 parts, which are the donor, donee and also object. First, the condition of hibah towards the donor. The donor must be eligible to give the property voluntarily to others, must be legal owner, mukallaf with the donor must be in a legal age and also rushdi, which is mature. For condition of hibah towards the donee, the condition can be any man with or without legal capacity. He has legal capacity, he can receive gift by himself, but if he isn't eligible, the recipient has to be done by the legal guardian. Next, condition of hibah towards the object. The object must be legally tradable from Sharia perspective, is considered legal as a gift, must be in existence in time of contract, valuable property, and also must be the owner. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aisha Humaira binti Zahisha and my matrix number is 068147. I will explain about the acceptance of hibah. The question that arises is whether the validity of hibah requires both elements of formation of the offer by the donor and the acceptance by the donee. The argument for this view is that hibah is a type of transaction consisting of transfer of ownership for one person to another, and therefore it requires both element of offer and acceptance, similar to other contracts of alienation of property such as a contract of sale. As hibah is a contract, it is similar to any other type of contract which requires both elements of formation for its validity. This means that the acceptance by the donee is necessary in order to constitute a valid hibah, and consequently, if there is only an offer by the donor without an acceptance by the donee, hibah is invalid and it does not therefore exist. There have 2 things that I will explain in this acceptance of hibah. One is the mode of acceptance and also the time of the acceptance. For the mode of acceptance, acceptance is an important element of formation in the creation of a valid hibah according to the majority of Muslim jurists. They are unanimous that the acceptance can be done verbally by expressing the words I accept or I agree. This is because verbal expression is the original form of communicating intention and manifestation of the will. Taking the property given is a tantamount to acceptance. This rule has been laid down in Majalah Al-Ahkam Al-Adliyah, where Article 841 clearly states, taking possession of hibah is like acceptance in a sale. Based on this, hibah is completed when the donee takes possession of property given in a meeting, even without saying I have accepted or I have accepted the gift, at a time where the donor said I have given this property to you. Next, regarding the time of acceptance, the question is whether the acceptance shall be made immediately after the offer has been made without any interruption, or whether it is not necessary to be done immediately. Muslim jurists seem to agree on the issue that the acceptance has to take place in a single contractual section without any interruption. However, the Shafi'i emphasized that the acceptance shall be made immediately after the offer, or it shall be with reasonable continuity without any interruption. Meanwhile, the Hanbalis hold that it need not be at once but may take place during the contractual section without any interruption. The Malikis also are of the same view as the Hanbalis, where the donee is allowed to deliberate before the acceptance. Thus, it is unanimously agreed that the acceptance of hibah by word or by deed should take place in the contractual section, where the acceptance takes place after the contractual section, hibah is invalid.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Aisyah Hadira and my ID number is 065579. Now I will talk about revocation of hibah. In hibah, they are divided by two. First is Hanafi and second is Maliki, Shafi'i and Hanbali. In Hanafi, it permits the donor to record or revoke the hibah as long as no legal restriction forbids the revocation. But this act is considered as makruh, and also the donee has the right to refuse to return the gift. In Maliki, Shafi'i and Hanbali are not permissible for the donor to revoke the gift after the qabd is made. The ownership of the gift is established by ijab and qabul and become binding through qabd. But this except for father and mother giving a gift to his son.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Noorti Nadira binti Abdul Aziz and my matrix number is 067891. Here I will cover one of the current issues related to hibah. As in the article said, hibah is the best tool to resolve Muslim inheritance issues. Explain. In Malaysia, when one of the parents pass away, normally their family or relative will have an argument related to inheritance issues. And the same goes to this article, which is Imani's family. When Muslims fail to draw up a will outlining the proportion of distributions of their asset to their heirs, and upon their death, their families are unable to reach a settlement, they will then resort to fara'id, the Islamic law of inheritance and distribution, which however can lead to disputes. According to sociologist Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Shatar Sabran, many Malays are still not aware of the importance of naming the heirs to their estate beforehand. He said it is unfortunate that the concept of hibah, which is an alternative and more effective way of dividing and distributing one's asset, is not popular among the Malay community. Lawyer Datuk Iqbal Salam, who has been handling inheritance related cases for the last 24 years, said Muslims should be encouraged to opt for the hibah concept when they open an account at an Islamic banking institution or cooperative, and even at the Employees Provident Fund, as it is the most effective way to resolve issues related to inheritance. Under the hibah concept, they can name the beneficiary or heir to the money left in their accounts. So, what can we conclude here? Hibah is one of the benefits that Muslim can choose to avoiding any issues arises or family disputes when the account holder dies.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatina Zia Shaira binti Syai Bukhari and my message number is 068479. So I'm going to present my part, which is current issues related to hibah. From New Straits Times, Muslim should opt for hibah to avoid issues over assets. Sungai Petani, Muslim who own assets, especially property, should act proactively by performing the hibah to avoid any problems arising after they have passed away. Kausar Wealth Management SDN PhD Kausar Director Kamarul Azhar Hashim said property is the largest asset owned by Muslims, comprising between 50 and 70%. The use of hibah in accordance with Sharia rules can prevent conflict among family members over issues such as inheritance and freezing of assets. Kamarul Azhar said early planning can help Muslims ensure the smooth transfers of property and help it remain within the family. We can see that there is a marked increase in property ownership among Muslims, but at the same time, leakage do occur. He also said today RM6.6 billion of assets has been frozen in the country, the majority of which are property. Meanwhile, Amanah Raya SDN PhD Sungai Petani branch head Hamzah Muhammad said his agency plays a key role in encouraging property buyers to formulate a will or hibah to ensure that their property is transferred to their family upon their demise. He said the government-owned institution offers counseling on matters related to will, trust, and family assets. Last but not least, throughout the 3 days, Amanah Raya PhD is also offering a discount package of 350 ringgit for drafting wills and complimentary amendment for 90 days from the original price. That's all from me. Thank you.
Lastly, we can conclude that Islam permits the acquiring of rich as long as it is for the benefit of humanity. However, one should have properly managed his or her property by distributing it all evenly and fairly to the potential receiver as the individual sees suitable. That's all from our group. Thank you.